Just went from being like far away and really beautiful to being really close and a lot.
Hey, buenos dias.
What's that?
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
So
what's the news? What's the scoop?
There's not much going on out here, but we are like exactly halfway.
Whoa, cool.
We're about 224 nautical miles to Bahamas and 224 miles from San Juan. Yeah.
I want to put up the ballooner.
Okay.
But I also want to have my coffee and sit here for a few minutes and just absorb the morning.
Okay.
So maybe I'll bother you in a little bit to do that.
Sounds good.
After I eat my mini bananas. We're each required to eat 4 mini bananas per morning.
Whoa. Right.
Don't forget that. How'd we do?
I think pretty good.
Looks good to me. Good sailing, huh?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
How's it going?
Good.
Do you sleep well?
I slept okay.
Yeah. We're cruising.
Yeah. Doing real good.
Yeah. Alright, my cooking day today, it's gotten a little rocky as the seas have come up, which makes it a bit of a trick in the galley. The key is preparation. Stove is gimbaled, which is cool. We're gonna do tacos tonight. So that's coming along nicely.
We're going really fast. You can feel it up here. The bow is like plowing in. It's really cool. It's a completely different feeling than from being back in the cockpit where it's kind of calm, and up here it's like you can feel the power of the sails and the wind. It's really cool.
Little squall piped up while I was cooking down here. Started blowing over 25 knots and we had up full sail. How's it going out there?
Good, but we're about to run into that rain.
We're about to get batten down the hatches.
Batten down the hatches.
So we're routinely hitting 9-10 knots I saw 11 knots just a moment ago and the wind is building, so we've decided to pull down the ballooner just in case the wind continues to build. It can sometimes be a handful to get down and there's no need to push the boat like that, so we're going to pull it down.
Or probably put up the main instead, because it's easier to take down and stuff. Now it's getting dark, so.
We're still flying.
Yeah.
Even without the big sail up. She loves these conditions. Loves to run dead downwind. How hungry are you? Medium, small, big? Ooh.
Thank you.
It's nice and cozy down here, even though it's all hectic up there, huh? We gotta get that measurement too. Okay, you can come in now. Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
So we'll take in a little bit of main too, just to balance this out.
Yo, we just hit 13 knots.
I'm glad we took the other sail down, huh?
Yo, this squall's running like just alongside of us here.
Behind us, you can really see them like they're really stacking up.
So about 7 miles off of our starboard, we have the beginning of this little squall, and then big one behind it. We'll see if it catches us. Oh! See that? Wait a second, I gotta hop in there. Ooh! See it? Yo! I've just been sitting here watching the lightning go crazy, and I haven't been hearing any thunder, so figured it was pretty far away, but now it's like right ahead of us, and we're starting to hear the thunder, so we're like sailing straight into it, and it's also behind us, so not gonna lie, and that keeps happening. But pretty glad that Brian's gonna come on watch now and convince me why Delos can't or wouldn't be hit by lightning. Oh, that was a huge one. Oh my gosh. Went from being like far away and really beautiful to being really close and a lot.
How's the ride?
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
There's like
Lightning all over the place, huh?
lots of lightning. And it was pretty far off for a long time and we didn't hear thunder, but definitely hearing a lot more thunder. It like kind of moved in front of it, so we're kind of like headed straight into the lightning situation. What is it that deters lightning from striking this big metal pole of a mast that we have out in the middle of nowhere?
Not a damn thing, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Wait,
we have
it's Aren't they like grounded in some way or something?
Well, I mean, all the metal in the boat is bonded to a common point. We'd probably, if we got struck by lightning, we'd probably lose all the we'd lose all the electronics on the boat.
But what would happen to us?
I think we'd be fine.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it could hit the mast, and as long as you weren't touching the mast or anything, you know, the fiberglass is a good insulator. We should be all right.
Really?
But still not an ideal situation. I've known quite a few boats that I've talked to that have been struck by lightning. It's a big hassle. Being the tallest object for miles in any direction isn't a comforting thought, especially when you're in the middle of the ocean and it doesn't even take a direct strike to do damage. Even a near miss can wreak havoc on a boat's systems for years to come. The damage can cause failures to navigation and communication systems, and in some cases, even physical damage to through holes as the surge of power looks for a quick escape to the earth. It can be an expensive proposition and leave you in a sorry state many miles out to sea.
Okay, what are you doing?
So I don't know if there's any logic to this, but I don't think it can hurt. I'm just going to turn off the power, turn off the inverter, and then just unplug the laptops and stuff just in case. We also place our backup GPS, handheld VHF, and a few other electronic essentials into our oven. The idea is the continuous metal surface would act as a makeshift Faraday cage and hopefully protect the equipment to some degree. If nothing else, it gives the crew something to do and a little peace of mind.
What's the craziest lightning storm you've ever sailed through?
Asia. There was a lot in Southeast Asia around Borneo, like crazy displays.
We're like caught in this wall of wind and thunder and rain. I've seen like 40 knots, 45. Yeah.
It's never fun. Let's hope it stays far away.
Yeah.
Later that night, we ended up sailing right through the thick of the cell. Lightning surrounded Delos, and a few strikes were close enough to make my hair stand on end. You could feel the electricity in the air. Although a terrifying experience, none were close enough to damage Delos or her sensitive electronics, and we made it through unscathed, waking up to incredible sailing conditions the next morning. Did you know that we've recorded 6 seasons of episodes and are still releasing new videos every Friday? Be sure to subscribe. It's the best way to support the channels you like, and it's absolutely free.
Ooh, the sun is coming up a little bit, which is very nice because it's quite hectic up here. And we have some issues. Our port winch has kind of failed. Brian helped me. It had completely slipped out of its locking mechanism, which wasn't that good. And then we have kind of like cleated it off on the cleat over there, so it like goes through the winch and into there. But it's kind of slipping with every crazy wave that comes. We're gonna have to change it at some point today, probably when Brian comes on.
Some waves out there, huh?
Yeah.
I heard that when you just hit the boat. I was like, what?
We surfed down one at 13.4.
No way.
Yeah.
Shit, how we doing?
Good. I try to get him on camera, but it's so hard, like, to show the size.
It never looks right. It always looks like small.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
How close are we?
We are like probably 60 something miles. 53.
Okay. Well, we'll make it today. Land ho! I can see it. It's really hard to see, but it's right there.
Yeah.
It looks almost like ocean. It's so low.
Very flat.
Yeah, it's very flat.
What do you know about this place?
The only thing I know about it is that there's
like 50 times more penguins. God dang it.
Caribbean penguins.
Inagua Island. 2,500 local residents of humans, 100,000 residents of flamingos.
That seems unbelievable.
Seems a bit like a fairy tale to me.
Yeah. What do you feel like after 4 days of being on the boat?
Just enough to start getting in the zone, but then you just pull up to an island, you're like, civilization and cell phones and everything else.
After pulling up to Inagua, as a group, we felt we all wanted to carry on sailing. But because of our broken winch, we opted to stay for a day and get it fixed. So we got right on down to business. So these ones are really stuck in there.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. They're just... So basically this thing is just spinning around inside that guy now, right?
Yeah.
Now it's popped out since I touched it, but
Yeah.
both of these guys were jammed in there. So you're gonna take out each part, and then we're gonna clean each part. We're gonna grease each part, and then put it back together. There it goes. In there. Okay. Boom. Looking smooth.
That's exciting.
Ooh, it works both ways.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Congratulations, you've just cleaned and lubed your first winch.
Nice.
Now there's only 10 more to go.
Woohoo!
With the winch fixed, we were ready to go. But a spur-of-the-moment decision led us to a quick tour of the island from a local man who is quite the character.
Come here.
No.
They're not gonna come. Okay, we'll see you when we come back. Better stay.
Salt production has long been Inagua's main industry, and our first stop was the gigantic salt
There's
plants.
the salt over there in the distance. It looks beautiful from the airplane.
And while we had a look, our guide took the opportunity to catch himself some dinner.
You're throwing a little line over.
Yeah,
This is your fishing spot.
I'm trying to lure the fish to take the bait. Oh yeah, I got one.
Oh!
There we go.
I like this tour so far. This is great.
Yes, perfect.
The rest of the day included a short stop at a lighthouse and a visit to the flamingos, which are said to have one of the biggest populations this side of the world. And just like that, we concluded our pit stop and prepared to head back out to sea. That evening, we picked up the anchor and set off for the Ragged Islands. Along the way, we planned a quick stop for a dive at Hogsty Reef, a 5 by 3 mile coral atoll rising up from 6,000 foot deep surrounding waters.
It's one of the few true atolls in the northern hemisphere.
Looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So it's like 40 something miles away. So we should be getting there in the morning with good light to enter the reef.
But I'm pretty excited. I've never been a place like this. We tried to stop at one when we left Fernando and Brazil. Atoll dos Rocas, I think it was called. But the swell was too big and we couldn't get inside. So this is going to be a first for me and I'm pretty stoked. So that's that. See you in a little bit.
Ooh, good morning. It's a pretty quick sail for us, and I've just got sight of the first bit of the atoll. We're about 0.7 miles away right now. Check this out.
There it is.
So we're inside the atoll now, and there's still quite a bit of swell and waves coming over the reef. We're just under 3 miles from the end, and I have a feeling that the reef is not high enough all the way around to give us good protection from the ocean swell.
Not very protected, huh?
Nope.
But I mean, we should have been getting protection already. We're already past the end on both parts, and I think it's just coming right over the reef. I just don't think it's going to be a very comfortable anchorage even all the way at the end.
What's up?
Alright, so we've decided to bail. The conditions are just not favorable, unfortunately. Our next point is in the Ragged Islands, about 113 miles away, pretty much on this course. I really wanted to explore that atoll. I love atolls. Not meant to be today though.
Those lighthouses are your weakness, Brian.
Poles? Oh, atolls.
And stripper poles.
Stripper poles? If it's one thing I've learned over many miles under the keel, it's that you can't control or force nature. And trying to go against it in unfavorable conditions is usually a very bad idea. Sometimes you need to bail from a place you really want to visit, but in the end, there's another beautiful, amazing adventure just over the horizon. So we decided to set sail on another overnight passage to our next destination, the Ragged Islands.
So the reason that we are staying in the southern Bahamas down here is because all of this blue area is really shallow water that Delos can't make it through. So if we end up going around here and up into this zone, it means that we have to pop out up here. And actually we are going to Key West, which is down here. So we're trying to stay south so we can take the old Bahama Channel just north of Cuba, pop up and make it to Key West. We don't really have enough time to get up into this zone, so we'll have to save that for another season.
I think we're set real good at jerk the boat around. Yeah. Okay, you can snub it. Up next on Delos, we find our very own deserted island paradise and begin our exploration of the Ragged Islands. I didn't really realize how much I missed just exploring deserted islands like this. It's something just so fascinating about it to me. So I'm really very excited to be here and to be able to experience this. It's very cool.
Yeah, they're very pinky. Let's see if we can get a close. Sorry, there's a mosquito right on your face.
I mean, this is a 2-speed winch, so one way should be the girl's way and the other way is the man's way. Oh,
wow.
Did I just say that? You gotta spin this toe, look at that. Spin that top part off.
Okay. Probably only males can do that though, right?
There we go.
He's wow,
There
That's
we go.
fast.
Yeah.
very good, huh?
I'm gonna eat him today. Good dinner.
Nice.
Aren't you cozy in your oh shit?
Alright, give us a new end screen for the like, subscribe, ad.
Hey, you ever want to go sailing, but really not want to leave your couch? Turn on to scdelos.com and come along for the ride.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Exactly.